Today we're gonna learn how to call to action your potential customer, how to show them how to avoid failure, and how your brand can transform their lives. Hi everyone, my name is Joshua and I'm from the Black Syndicate Collective. This is the third and final video of our series about storytelling for businesses. It's a bit of a different setup. There is no table anymore. I've changed house for like the 13th time in 5 years. Yeah, I've changed so many houses. Anyway, so let's dive right in. In the previous couple of videos, we have talked about how to find the protagonist of your story, how to position them in your story, what kind of problem you're able to solve for them, how to position your business, how to give them a plan to follow. And today we are concluding this series by talking about how to wrap everything up so that your potential customer that goes through your marketing copy or your story actually understand how your brand is gonna help them achieve the transformation that they want. So if you remember, we went through all this journey with our potential customer and we talked to them about how the plan that you created for them is going to get them the result that they are looking for. Sometimes that plan can be your actual product and service. There is something that businesses sometimes tend not to do, which is define a clear call to action and ask people to take action. We just went through all of these, marketing piece on how my product and service can solve your problem, but then at the end, I don't ask you to buy my product or to book a call with me or to discover more or to download the PDF or any other solution that you have for that problem. We don't have to assume that our potential customer know what they have to do, because it might be pretty easy for you to say, okay, so I just went through all of this and they know I can solve that problem, so they might call me maybe one day or send me an email. Well, why don't you just ask for it? When you position your call to action, depending on what kind of marketing piece you're creating, if it's a video, if it's a landing page, if it's a Facebook ad, you need to define what's the best call to action for you. For example, if you have an e-commerce business, probably your call to action will be buy now, right? We went through all of this. This is how I can solve your problem. This is the plan. This is how in your journey I can solve this problem. Now here the product and service. Buy now. Do not assume that they will buy your product. Also, if they are on the product page, right, or if they're looking at an ad on Instagram or Facebook, they might not just click the buy now button. You have to ask for it. If you ask for what you want, then people might give it to you. If you don't ask, you can't assume that they know what they have to do. If we want to simplify, there are two call to action. There is the proper call to action: buy now, book now, reserve a table, reserve a call, get in touch. All this kind of like direct action that you ask your potential customer to take. And then there is an indirect call to action, which is download my PDF, watch my video, discover my free steps to a better marketing. Those are indirect call to action because they actually not buying your product or service, but they are getting involved in your business, in your brand, by downloading some piece of free content that you created for them, which sometimes will be part of the plan. So if you sell business coaching, for example, you sell a system or a process which might be quite extensive, but your plan is just how to find your perfect customer. And it's 3 steps to find your perfect customer. That's what they're doing. They're downloading part of the plan. So it's an indirect call to action. Download my PDF. So then you are going to buy my business coaching package. Direct call to action or indirect call to action are 2 ways to ask your potential customer to get in touch with your brand. Sometimes though, these 2 call to action might not be enough, or people might need a bit more of a push to actually click on your call to action or take action on your website. How do we make someone take an action towards our business? by making them understand what's at stake. So let me give you an example. You go to the hospital to do some exams, and the doctor comes out after the exam and tells you, well, there is this huge problem. So you are having a rare condition at your heart, and we need to operate right now, and it's going to cost you, $10,000. Would you say yes, take my money, or would you say, I'm gonna think about it? Well, if you want to leave, you're probably gonna say yes. Why? Because the stakes are so high, right? The stakes in this case is your life. If you don't take action right now, you're going to die. So you're determined to take any action possible to save your life. Most of us are always inclined to avoid failure. Like, we don't want to fail. There's nothing bad with failing. Failing is part of the process, especially if you have a business, but we tend to try and minimize failure as much as possible. How do we paint a picture for our potential customer where when they read it, when they see it in your video, they think, I am definitely not want to be in that position anymore? Well, first of all, we need to understand really well our niche. So if we know well our niche, we know where they don't want to be. Like, what's the worst case scenario for our niche? For example, if you're a business coach, probably the worst case scenario for you is they can't pay their bills. They have a massive 80 bills that they need to pay in 15 days. Their husband is divorcing them because they spend way too much time on the business. They don't take care of the kids. They're never home. Their friends and family is just gonna drop off the grid because they don't have time for them. They have to lay off staff because they don't have enough money. They can't provide for their family. They can't put their kids through school because they have no money. So there is this worst case scenario that we can paint for them, and we can tell them, this is what's going to happen, right? Like, you're here, and this is what's going to happen if you don't take action right now. To effectively design this worst case scenario, we need to really know our niche and what they're going through, but also we need to use a bit of fear. Now, we don't have to overdo fears because it can come across quite gloomy, but if you use your fear as salt, right? Just a bit of salt makes everything better. If you can paint this picture using a bit of fear to make them understand how much there is at stake, the more likely they will be to click on your call to action. How do we actually paint this worst case scenario in practice? For example, let's find 3 key aspects for your business that you usually help your customer with. Let's just say that you are a business coach. Well, you probably help them to create better marketing. You help them to generate more leads, and you help them with create better product to sell so they can make more money. Well, so let's just go and paint a worst case scenario. How does it feel to have a marketing team that it never works? Doesn't matter how many times you tweak it, it always it feels like it's never your best work. It doesn't work for your lead generation. It just sucks, and nobody's responding or engaging with your marketing. How does it feel, to not being able to generate your own leads, generate your own customer, to make that return on investment on the ad spend that you throw away every month? How does it feel to have product that makes you almost no money because between taxes and your time and the delivery and then the customer aftercare after you deliver the product is just taking away so much time that you can't make enough money from your product? How are these 3 key aspects actually reflecting in your personal life? Is your partner happy? Is your family happy? Are you spending time with them? Now that you've painted for them the worst case scenario, well, you can't leave them there, right? Because if you just give them only the negative, they're definitely not gonna click on the call to action. You need to raise up the stake. You need to make the stakes really high, so they understand how much they're going to lose if they don't interact with your business. But then you need to show them the transformation they're going through. So can you see, this is where they are and this is where they want to be. This gap in the middle get filled by your product and service. the bigger this gap is, the more tension there's going to be in the middle, and the more they will want to click on your call to action. So this part here is where they want to be. This is the transformation. We need to show them how better their life is going to be when they buy our products and service. So if we take the example before, you told them how much, how they can create good marketing, how they can generate leads, how they make no money on their products. Well, this is what's going to happen when you buy my product or service, or when you download my, free key step to whatever. Generate, so you're going to be able to understand the story structure, or you're going to be able to understand how marketing works, so you can create better marketing that gets you better results. Better results means that you can generate more leads and more high qualified leads, and these leads are going to want to buy your product. You can reposition your product on a higher level, and you can charge more money. You can keep your stuff in your business, and then you can remove yourself from your business, and you can spend time with your family. This is a simplified version. It's a bit of a roll on some examples. That is to make you understand that if you paint the worst case scenario and then you paint the best case scenario, this gap gets filled by your product and service. People want to be taken somewhere. They want to go on a journey, and if your brand can take them on that journey, they will more likely to click on your call to action. How can we actually put into practice this gap, right? How do we write this gap in the middle? For example, what do they have before your brand and after your brand? How are they feeling before your product or service and after your product or service? Right, so you can see that this is a point A, and point B transformation. What did they achieve before your brand and after your brand? Worst case scenario and best case scenario. For both of these, point A, point B, you need to know your niche to be able to define them as best as possible. People want to transform. They want to become a better version of themselves. So if you can show them with your brand how you can close this gap between the problem that they have, the situation they're in, and how you can help them achieve the situation that they want to be in, then is where the sale is where the is when the buy now button is clicked, is when the book a call is clicked. So to recap, what we've been talking about in this video today is define the stakes for our customers and how to show them the transformation they will achieve if they buy our product and service. I hope that with this 3-part series you can have a better understanding of how to use storytelling for your business, and how you can use this step-by-step process to create better marketing copy that can help clear the confusion from your content and actually generate more customer for you. Remember that everything that we've been talking about for the past 3 videos comes from this amazing book by Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand. So the process that I've been taking you through the entire series comes from this book. It's an amazing book. I really suggest you buy it. It goes in great details, and it will actually help you to create better content and better marketing. Thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. If you like the entire video series, let me know in the comment. If you think that this video is valuable, please share with your network, share with your friend. And if you would like for me to create some marketing video for your business using this exact method and using storytelling, just reach out to me using the details below so we can have a conversation on how this can look for your business. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.